So what I was telling you, that Mr. A has generally, in case of companies, it happens they have head office at one place. For example, even Karnataka might have been the head office where the company was not making any sort of big sales. Rather, it would have been possible. I just changed the example. The Karnataka turnover would have been zero even. In one of my client case, this has also happened. What? Because Karnataka office is not making any sales. It is only my head office, which is managing Delhi office. So in this case, 10.15 CR की जगह अब हमारा turnover is 10 crores. Still I have to file 9 and 9C both for Karnataka. Sir, you can be subjected to penalty. So please, it is a nil return. You have to file it, right? Now Mr. Vikas, I ask you one more thing. If I say one of your branch got the registration on 28th March only. This is one more branch. Let it be in Kolkata, because I have a few Kolkata friends also. So Kolkata, and this branch was open on 28th March only. Even then 9 or 9C is required to be filed for it, although it had a zero turnover, because we have to calculate the aggregate turnover pan wise. Yes, Jagdish ji, both 9 and 9C. Both 9 and 9C. It means I have to file 6. 2 for Delhi, 2 for Karnataka, and 2 for Kolkata branch. I hope I'm able to make my point clear now. Now, moving ahead. GSTR-9 is to be filed for every GST, irrespective of your turnover of the branch, once you exceed the turnover pan-wise. Clear? Moving ahead. GST. Okay, chale, let me ask you so that we can interact with each other, right? Now in this case, I ask you, now Mr. Client, imagine yourself, Mr. Client came to you and said, sir, I want to file. Sir, this example I will be continuing till end. So you all have to be with me, right? Mr. Client came to me and Mr. Client said, please file my GSTR-9 and 9C. I said, okay. I said, aap regular data bhejte the? He said, yes, I used to send the regular data. So I said, okay, theek hai, aapka sale bhi hai, purchase bhi hai. But when I got to know, he had a rental building also. The rent was coming in his saving account. So my first question to all of you, Mr. Client, he is in the business of selling the garments. Apparels. And he had a separate saving account also. Mr. Client ka jo kaam hai kapde ka, that is in the name of S and Sons. So the saving account, he got a rent. Rent are also of two types. One, he was getting a rent of a residential house. Another, he was getting a rent of commercial property. Now tell me, on which incomes is he required to pay GST? On which turnovers he is required to pay GST? Perfect, Hadeep ji. I got your point, sir. Absolutely correct. Chaliye. We can see rentals in P&L account. We can see rents in P&L account. Yes, Mr. Venkateshwara, it can be in your P&L account also. But this assessee received his rentals in saving account and was the part of capital account. I have given you the example, right? So now you have to move accordingly. Nishkash ji, Lalan ji, all are giving correct answers. Hardeep ji, perfect. Residential is exempt. The rent of the residential is exempt. So ultimately, Mr. Client has to pay tax on the garment sale and the commercial sale, commercial rent, and not on the residential. Now, you all are perfectly right. Absolutely right. Now, the question comes, that Mr. Client was not so intelligent as you all are, right? So Mr. Rao, he was not so intelligent. He came to me and said, "Oh my God, I never told you about my commercial rent." So I said, "Mr. Client, it is liable to be, tax has to be paid on it." अब वो सोच के तो ये आए थे कि मेरे को इस पे टैक्स पे नहीं करना है. Now he got a liability that he is required to pay tax on this commercial rent. Now my question to you is, how he can pay? He is having huge credit lying with him. Huge credit lying with him. He said, "Madam, please get it adjusted from the credits." My question to you is, Mr. Venkateshwar, you are absolutely right. DRC-03 is the form. Cash or credit is my question. Cash or credit?